Okay, HK SEO 100. You should do one saying sniper's not the same as a sniper rifle, or I don't know, but a silencer or suppressor same. Okay, a silencer and a suppressor is the same thing. A suppressor is like the true term because it doesn't actually silence, it muffles. It is a muffler. It's the same exact technology that's in your car muffler right now that's put on a gun. Okay, suppressors have been around since like 1910 or something like that. Hiram Maximum actually designed a silencer or a suppressor. Um, Black King, right? One is right. How it works is generally when the round is fired, the gas that comes out is diverted through different types of screens and wire mesh and stuff. And it basically just moves around in there until all the energy is absorbed by the material of the suppressor, and it transfers to heat energy. And the silencers and suppressors get really hot when they're fired. Then the gas just comes out and filters out through that, becomes heat, and is evaporated into the atmosphere as heat. Most suppressors have to use subsonic ammunition because there's still the sonic boom of the bullet as it's traveling through the air, and that's pretty defeating of the purpose of the suppressor. The quietest suppressors I've ever heard are for 22s, and they're the most lowest volume of round. They sound like really weak firecrackers. You can actually hear people talking over them. Let me see if I can find something real quick for you guys here. But the beautiful thing about the suppressors, even in like 9mm, 9mm and 45 and stuff, rounds that normally produce a decent amount of sound, they don't hurt your ears. But there we go. But you can tell something happened. You can tell some noisy thing just happened. But 90% of people will not know it's a gunshot. And it also disperses the sound waves in such a way that it's hard to identify where it came from because it's so quiet, or not so quiet, but quieter, and also the patterns have changed. What else is asking about? Slowing down velocity. Yes and no. Some suppressors will slow velocity down, some will increase it because of the added length. It all depends on how the suppressor is designed and how well it's mated to the barrel. I've seen or heard of some of the quick disconnect ones that generally have 2 to 3 feet per second drop because they're not connected great and they're not sealed as tight as they could be, but that really doesn't matter. 2 to 3 feet per second is not a big loss. I've seen some quick disconnect that have 0 loss, actually increase the velocity. There's all sorts of different stuff. And accuracy is sometimes increased, sometimes it's decreased. A lot of times it actually seems like it's decreased because you can't use your sights over it, because most suppressors are decent size, about that big or so, and you can't use your sights So it appears that your accuracy is degraded, but when you actually put it like in a ransom rest and stuff, most times it's actually increased. And some suppressors actually have sights you can mount on them, and some of them are actually built to where they're longer but thinner so that you can use your sights. Here's what I was looking for. Decibel comparison. You'll see a suppressor that has a reduction of 38 decibels or 20 decibels or whatever. That's how normally they rate them. To give you an idea, a whisper in a quiet library is 30 decibels. So if you're talking, let me get my calculator out here. Let's just say they have a gunshot here. No, they don't. Okay, there's gun blast, 140 decibels. I don't know what caliber or anything it is, but 140 decibels. So let's say it has a reduction of 20 decibels. So minus 20. So that gives 120, which is comparable to a power saw. Actually, let me do that. Let me pull up a website that sells suppressors. Alright, 6 minutes, I got time. There we go. Okay. Not seeing anything here. Okay, still not seeing something. Okay, let's go someplace else. Okay, still don't see nothing. Okay. But you kind of get the point. Ooh. The level at which sustained exposure may result in hearing loss is 90 to 95 decibels. A loud rock concert is 115 decibels. Telephone dial tone is 80 decibels. So, death of hearing tissue, 180 decibels. Loudest sound possible is 194 decibels. Now this is interesting here. High frequency sounds are most damaging. Gunshots are lower. Well, some high velocity are up there. Like the M16s, 223s, the high velocity round. It actually would cause more hearing damage than a louder cartridge. It's just more of a boom like a shotgun. That's just because of the pitch and everything. But anyway. Yeah, I kind of went off on a tangent there, didn't I? Oh well. There you go. Have some fun with that playground.